Good morning and welcome to Sunday morning Dharma meditation service. Welcome to our local practitioners and to our online practitioners who are with us. And also we are joined today by 40 people from the Art of Love meditation retreat. So welcome to them, to all of you as well. Did you all have a nice 4th of July? So the 4th of July is otherwise known as Independence Day, right? So this is a day when we celebrate the unification and freedom of this country. But what did these early settlers really want? What were they looking for? So what they wanted was home. They wished for a place where they felt safe and loved and unbound and capable. And today we come together for the exact same reason. The same purpose, to know our true home and be free from suffering. To wake and know that we are loved and that we are not separate. So this is true freedom. So thank you for coming today to service as we bravely embark on this journey together through sitting meditation and chanting and bowing meditation. And we will listen to a Dharma talk by Reverend SunJung later on, who the title of her talk is Opening the Door to Our Buddha Nature. But let us begin this morning to ready our bodies, and let's welcome Karen to do a little yoga practice with us.
Good morning, everyone. Please come to stand in front of your mat. Thank you. Be careful of any paperwork that might be there. So let's begin with our feet hip distance apart, hands in front of the heart center, and we're going to feel our feet grounded into the earth, drop a little bit down into our knees, and we'll take a nice big inhale and reach all the way up. Take a big inhale, the biggest one of the day. And then as you exhale, bend your knees, bring your hands to the tops of your knees. And then push into the earth again and inhale all the way up again. Maybe a little bit taller. And then exhale, bring the hands behind the body, fingertips pointing down. Roll the shoulders back and gently press the hips slightly forward, dropping the chin a little bit. And then inhale, reach all the way up again. Exhale, we're going to swan dive all the way over the legs, softness behind the knees. Take a breath in the back body here, just inhale and exhale. And then find your feet again. Inhale, push into the earth, reach all the way up, all the way up, all the way up. And exhale the hands down the center line. Let's go ahead and step the left foot a little bit behind the right foot. Find your balance. Make sure you feel secure. And we'll inhale, sweep the arms up again. This time we're going to grab hold of the right wrist with the left hand, and we'll side bend towards the windows. Breathe into the right side of the body. Inhale, bring yourself back up. Exhale, step your feet back together again, and then step the opposite foot behind. Find your balance. Inhale, sweep the arms up, grab hold of the opposite wrist, and now bend the front knee and side bend towards the other way. Breathing into the side body. Inhale, come back up again. Come into cactus arms. So really become aware of squeezing the shoulder blades together and spreading the palms and the fingers open. So you're really activating the palms and fingers. Go ahead and step the feet nice and wide. Turn the toes out, heels in. And we'll bend into the knees and draw the knees a little bit towards the big toes. Breathing in. Maybe you can go a little bit lower. Breathe. Keep breathing. And then push into the earth and inhale, come up. Leave the legs and feet where they are. Release the arms. We'll step the right foot so that the heel's directly behind the toes. Same thing on the other side. We're going to bend into that left knee. Interlace your fingers. Press down on that left knee, and now lift the toes of the right foot. You should be feeling a nice stretch of the inside of that right leg. Try to find some ease here, some softness. Connect to your breath. Look down at the floor. Now push into your feet and come back up again. And we'll come to the other side. So left toes come up, bend into the right knee. Nice stretch of that left leg. Breathing in and breathing out. Notice if one side feels different from the other. And with a nice big inhale, we come back up again. Step the feet, or you can heel toe the feet back to hip distance apart or hop. We're going to step the right foot forward and left foot back. Try to find a wide stance if you can. I know there's not a lot of space here, but we're standing on a train track, right? We're not standing on a tightrope, so your feet are hip distance apart. Then we'll reach behind us. You can either just reach for your fingers, interlace them, roll the shoulders back, or you can reach for your wrists or your forearms, whatever feels good. What we want to notice is that the chest and the front from shoulder to shoulder is open. Press into the big toe of the foot that's in front. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, begin to hinge forward at the hip crease, not at the waist. At the hip crease with a straight back. Keep drawing that right hip back and that left hip slightly forward. Don't worry about how far you go. Just connect to your breath. Try to relax the neck and head. Breathe. Now push into the earth to lift yourself back up again. Release your hands, shake them out. Let's go ahead and reach the right arm up, grab hold of the right elbow with the left hand, bring that right hand across the body, and press gently into that elbow. Give yourself a little massage. You can drop the right ear to the right shoulder if you like. And then open up. Now, again, feet are hip distance apart. Step the opposite foot in front. Feet are on train tracks. Roll the shoulders back and either interlace or reach for your wrists or your forearms. Plug into the big toe of the front foot. Inhale, lengthen up. Straight back. Exhale, hinge forward at the hip crease. Look down at the floor. Down at the floor. Extend out over that front leg. Big stretch behind the legs. Breathe. Now find your feet. Come up again. Release your hands and step the feet together. Chair pose. So we're going to imagine that we're sitting in an imaginary chair. So your feet can either be together or hip distance apart, whatever feels better for you balance-wise. We're going to bend the knees as if you're going to sit down. Drop down as much as possible. Hands together in front of the heart center. Breathe. Now, if you'd like to add a little twist, we can twist towards the window and bring the right elbow to the left knee. Or you can skip that part. Breathe. Looking down at the floor if it feels better for your neck. Then come back to center and twist the other way. pushing the palms together, stacking the elbows, one on top of the other. Big opening of the upper back and shoulders. Now come back to neutral, back into your chair pose. Take a nice big inhale, and on the exhale, just go ahead and lift your tailbone and fold over your legs. Lift your tailbone. Not trying to push the knees back. Lifting the tail, folding over the legs. Now very, very slowly engage your abdominal muscles and begin to walk the fingertips really slowly up the legs. One vertebra at a time, stacking. Smile. Soft knees, inhale, reach up. Exhale, big swan dive over the legs. All the way over. Inhale, halfway up, shoulders back, straight spine. Exhale, fold. Inhale, all the way up again. Hands come down the center line. One more time. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, swan dive. Inhale, halfway up. Fold down, exhale. And with a big inhale, come all the way up again, all the way up, all the way up, all the way up. Exhale, hands down the center line. Let's bring our thumb to the breastbone, to the inside corner of your heart, where the yogis believe that our divine light resides. So every single one of us has that divine light, not just here in this room, but out there as well. So let's set an intention to connect to each other from that place, wherever you are today. Namaste. So please remain standing. Correct. Thank you.
Now we'll make 4 bows to Dharmakaya Buddha Fourfold Grace. So please bring your palms together in front of your chest. I bow in gratitude to the grace of heaven and earth, honoring the infinite beneficence of nature and the universe. I bow in gratitude to the grace of parents, honoring the beneficence from parents, ancestors, and all those who have had a nurturing role in my life. I bow in gratitude to the grace of fellow beings, recognizing the truth of interconnectedness. I bow in gratitude to the grace of laws, which guides us, protects us, and promotes justice. Now take a moment to greet your neighbor Buddha with your beautiful smiles and your full bows. And then you may find a comfortable seat, ready for sitting meditation. Now we'll be guided further into our sitting meditation by Jeff, who will read the method of sitting.
The method of sitting meditation is simple and easy. Sit comfortably on the floor or in a chair. Breathe in, grab all your attention, and breathe it out. Open up your chest and heart. Stretch up tall and align your spine from your neck to your tailbone. Relax your shoulders and arms, then allow your hands to rest on your knees. Bring your attention to your breath. As you exhale, release all mental and physical tension. Invite your attention to abide in your chi energy field, which is called Danjan. This is located about 2 inches below your navel and is the power center for your breathing. Open your eyes and gaze downward over the end of your nose and to the floor. Keep your mouth closed and allow the tip of your tongue to rest gently against the roof of your mouth. When your mind is concentrated and calm, pure and clear saliva may gather in the mouth. You may swallow it. Relax your facial muscles and notice your gentle smile. If your face or body begins to itch, do not scratch. This is just a sign of the energy circulating in your body. Simply note the itching and let it pass. If your legs ache unbearably, you may change position very slowly and quietly so that you maintain a calm stillness and do not interrupt others. When thoughts arise in your mind, do not be discouraged or disturbed by them. Simply focus on your breathing without reacting to or playing with those thoughts. Recognize them as thoughts. They will disappear by themselves. And remember, keep bringing your awareness back to your Danjan breathing center. If you continue practicing meditation for a long period of time, you will rest in the realm of samadhi, deep meditation in which the mind is calm, concentrated, perfectly focused, and at peace, with no distinction between self and others, time and place. We are grateful to sit quietly together, finding the still point within. May we be here now, aware of our ever calm and alert spirit.
Now we will continue our meditation practice by chanting the Ilwan Song Vow and the Heart Sutra. Please open up your booklets to pages 4 and 5.
Ilwan Song Vow. Ilwan is the realm of samadhi beyond words and speech, the gateway of birth and death, transcending being and non-being, origin of heaven and earth, parents, fellow beings, and laws, the true nature. All Buddhas, enlightened masters, unenlightened people, and sentient beings, manifests as both permanence and impermanence, viewed as permanence. Ilwan unfolds into an infinite world that is ever abiding, spontaneous, just as it is viewed as impermanence. One unfolds into infinite worlds through the cycle of formation, duration, decay, and extinction. The universe and the birth, aging, illness, death of all beings, according to how we use our minds and bodies. 4 forms of birth we transform through the 6 realms of existence, progressing or regressing. Grace arising from harm or harm from grace, therefore we awakened beings vow to practice wholeheartedly, modeling ourselves after Ilwan Song, the Dharma Buddha, cultivating our minds and bodies deeply in human affairs and universal principles thoroughly, using our minds and bodies skillfully, thus progressing rather than regressing, receiving grace rather than harm until we attain the great empowerment of Ilwan, become one with the nature of Ilwan. Heart Sutra. A bodhisattva of great compassion, when deeply practicing Prajnaprala, meets the realize that all 5 aggregates are empty, and thus became free from all suffering and distress. Shariputra, form does not differ from emptiness. Emptiness does not differ from form. Form is emptiness. Emptiness is form. The same is true of sensations, perceptions, impulses, consciousness. O Shariputra, all dharmas are empty, do not appear or disappear, are not tainted or pure, do not increase or decrease. Emptiness, no form, no sensations, no perceptions, no impulses. Consciousness, no eyes, no ears, no nose, no tongue, no body, no mind, no form, no sound, no smell, no taste, touch, no object of mind, no realm of fire, no tongue, body, nor mind, consciousness, ignorance, nor extinction of ignorance, no old age and death, nor extinction of them. Suffering, no cause of suffering, no cessation of suffering. Path of wisdom, no attainment with nothing. wisdom to attain. Bodhisattva relies on Prajnaparamita, therefore the mind has no hindrance. Without any hindrance, no fears exist. Illusion, one dwells in nirvana. All Buddhas of the past, present, and future rely on Prajnaparamita and attain supreme enlightenment. Know that Prajnaparamita is the great mantra, is the great enlightening mantra, the unsurpassed and unequal mantra, which is able to eliminate all suffering. This is true, not false, so proclaim the Prajnaparamita mantra, which says, Gone, gone, gone beyond, far beyond, now awaken. Gate, gate, para samgate, bodhisvaha. Gate, para samgate, bodhisvaha. Gate, para samgate, bodhisvaha.
Now let's take a moment to just stretch our bodies briefly, raising the arms, taking in a deep breath, and reach up high. Really give your body a good stretch, fold the hands and reach. And then let your hands go, breathing out. One more time, reaching up, one more deep breath in, reach up, reach a little bit higher, a little bit farther, and release. And stretch your waist to one side and to the other. Let's roll the neck in one direction. And the other way. And you may stretch out your legs and make yourselves comfortable. So I want to introduce you to Reverend SunJung, who is also a professor who teaches Buddhism in Religion and Asian Studies Department at St. Olaf College in Minnesota. So her Dharma talk title again is Opening the Door to Our Buddha Nature. Let's please bring our palms together to welcome her this morning.
Good morning. So today is the final day of our retreat. How do you feel today? Good? Yes. So when I look each and every one of your faces, I can feel that you feel so good. You feel so grateful. And also very nice to meet all of the One Dharma practitioners. So actually, I am one of the very dedicated member to the One Dharma Center because every Sunday, I sit on my desk and also sometimes on my cushion to watch YouTube and join this Dharma service together. So I believe that today is the day that I can return back my gratitude to the One Dharma Center and One Dharma Center's practitioners. So thank you so much. So I feel deeply honored and grateful to offer this Dharma talk here at the One Dharma Center, especially in the presence of Venerable Juksanim, and along with all many fellow Kyomunims and devoted practitioners. So I'd like to begin with a passage from the Dharma words of the founding master Sotaesan. He reminds us of an old saying passed down by the sages. He said, 3 days of practicing the mind, becomes a treasure for 1,000 years. An object coveted for 100 years becomes dust in a single morning. When I first began this path, I don't think I truly understand these words. But now, little by little, I feel I'm beginning to sense just how precious they really are. Master Sotaesan once also said in his teaching on happiness and suffering, as a rule, once a person is born into this world, there are things they dislike, things they like. What they dislike is painful suffering. What they like is pleasurable joy. With these words, I believe Master Sotaesan revealed a profound insight into a fundamental truth of human nature. We instinctively try to avoid what is painful and grasp tightly at what is pleasurable. And this is a very basic mechanism of the human mind. And our likes and dislikes constantly pulling us in different directions. Though each of us lives a different life with different role in different places, under different circumstances and conditions, if we look closely beneath the surface, we will see a shared pattern. Most human lives are spent chasing after what we like and running away from what we dislike. So in truth, it wouldn't be an exaggeration to say that we spend our whole lives doing just this, chasing what we like and avoiding what we don't. Our lives are always open to two possibilities: success, failure, winning and losing, pleasure and pain, praise and blame. But when I reflect honestly on myself, I see that I've been clinging to just one side of this human life. How long, I wonder, have I been circling through the same cycles of samsara, repeating these habitual patterns over and over again? But will following this basic mechanism of human nature truly bring us lasting happiness? We may achieve more success and indulge in more pleasures, and yet many contemporary people are becoming more depressed, more anxious, and more unhappy. Many feel empty inside, constantly searching outside themselves for something, anything that might make them feel better. If those efforts truly brought us happiness, that would be wonderful. But truth is, the more we follow the push and pull of our preferences, what we like and dislike, the more we end up feeling restless and empty. Why is it that? It is as the Buddha and Master Sotaesan both guided us, because this mechanism of human mind or human craving, what we like and rejecting what we dislike, goes directly against the true nature of reality. The reality of truth is always changing, transient, and fleeting. It is constantly flowing, always open to all possibility, but we don't want to accept that. We resist change. We resist to accept. We only cling to the good half of life, both consciously and unconsciously. So the Buddha taught that this gap, this resistance to the true nature of reality, is the root cause of human suffering. And Master Sotaesan taught as limited, finite human beings, naturally drawn towards what we like and dislike, avoid what we dislike, our core practice is to make a vow, a deep vow, to become one with Ilonsang, the circle that symbolizes the true nature of reality, and this is the great aspiration of all practitioners. So when Buddhism speaks of practice, it's really asking, how fully can we accept the truth of things as they really are? How deeply can we open to reality without turning away? So you could even say the very heart of practice, spiritual practice, is learning to let go of resistance, to stop pushing away what we fear, and instead to embrace reality just as it is with courage and compassion. So Master Sotaesan reminds us in his scripture, there are two great tasks as a human being. The first one is to encounter a true teacher of the Dharma and to recognize Buddhahood. Second is having attained the great path to awaken all beings adrift in the sea of suffering. So he taught these two, realizing the truth and helping others awaken, are the most fundamental and noble purposes of being born as a human. So to be born as a human being is truly precious. But now we must ask ourselves, will we spend this rare and precious life chasing after what we like, running away what we dislike, riding the seesaw of craving and aversion which never truly brings peace? Or will we take the pain that inevitably comes with being human and use it as our path, a path to discover our true mind, our Buddha nature, and uncover the treasure that has always been within us? So as we bring this retreat to a close today, let us pause and ask this question again to ourselves from the heart. And especially for today, I've chosen the title for the Dharma talk, Opening the Door to Our Buddha Nature. And I chose this title because many of us gathered here today have awakened a deep aspiration to walk the path of awakening and to become one with the Ilonsang, our true Buddha nature, so that we may serve others with selfless love and compassion for the benefit of all beings. So today, I wish to humbly share some reflections and experiences from my own journey in hopes that they might offer support to your own. So the first message I'd like to share is this. When we make a true vow, sincere vow to realize Buddhahood and help all beings, that very moment, the door to our Buddha nature begins to open. So I remember when I first made my vow to walk on the path of this awakening and becoming a Kyomu, with the guidance of my mentor Kyomunim, I wrote a very sincere prayer, a sincere vow to cultivate myself from an ordinary being into a bodhisattva, from a bodhisattva towards awakening of the Buddha. I also made a vow to guide all living beings together on this path of awakening. And at that time, something very unusual began to happen. For about a month, everything I saw, everything I heard, every little thing I experienced felt incredibly moving. So one day I saw a little toddler walking hand in hand with their mother on the street, and I was so moved by the tenderness and beauty of that moment. I just stood there watching, filled with love. And another time, I went to a performance at Korean Traditional Music Performing Arts Center and heard a traditional Korean folk song, one that farmers used to sing while planting rice. And the lyrics were very simple. In spring, we sow the seeds. In summer, we pull the weeds. In autumn, we harvest the grain. But somehow, in that moment, I felt that they were singing a universal truth. So it felt like hearing the Dharma itself at that moment. So I was so overwhelmed, and the tears just flowed. And this sense of fullness and joy continued throughout the month of that prayer. And though that intensity eventually faded, and when I reflect back now, I realized when my heart was filled with a vow for awakening my heart completely free of self-interest, when my vow came from a place of pure devotion, the world opened up to me in such a tender and beautiful way. So Master Sotaesan said, the beginning of the spiritual path starts with a great vow. And as my mentor, Gyomunim, once told me, a vow is not something you make once and then forget. A true vow deepens, widens, and matures with time. And this is where practice truly begins, with a sincere vow that we keep returning to again and again. So as we come to the end of this retreat, why don't we make a sincere vow to walk the path of awakening, to share our awakened heart, our love, our compassion with others wherever we go. Will you? And second reflection that I'd like to share is this. My inner practice deepened most when I found the courage to face my own attachment, own craving, own hatred, and own aversion. Honestly and sincerely, and with a soft but steady heart. So as I mentioned earlier, Master Sotaesan taught that clinging to what we like and rejecting what brings us pain is part of our natural human makeup, a mechanism we are born with in order to survive in this world. So when we discover within ourselves the tendency to grasp or the propensity to attach, push away, to avoid, there is absolutely no need to feel ashamed. There's no need to be afraid that these habits make us bad practitioners. Not at all. Actually, they make us human. And acknowledging these habits with honesty and compassion is not a failure in practice. It is the practice. So true transformation begins not when we become perfect, but when we are willing to turn towards what is difficult within with the eyes of understanding. And this tendency to cling and to reject rises up in us so quickly, so automatically. that we often don't even notice until it has already taken hold. So that's why Master Sotaesan says that we should be mindful, alert in heart, always. So, for example, while preparing for this Dharma talk, I noticed something arise in me, a wish, a longing to do well, to be recognized, to be seen as worthy. And that when I paused and said, there is an attachment. And when the desire for recognition arises, when I find myself trying harder and harder, I remember this craving is not an angel trying to help me. It looks like it's on my side, but if I'm not careful, it will devour me. So this shift in perspective, this moment of clear seeing, is what allows the heart to return to its original calm, spacious, awake nature. However, what is also important at this moment is not to fall into the trap of rejecting the attachment that has arisen, which would only create another layer of suffering through human tendency to likes and dislikes. Instead, simply recognizing that, there is attachment. Attachment has arisen in me. That is enough. And the third reflection is to keep our minds always open to all possibility. Success and failure, gain and loss, praise and blame, high and low, yin and yang. Just like Iron sang, so that our hearts are ready to receive and accept whatever circumstances may arise. And let me share another example. For students, one of the most nerve-wracking moments is probably the day they receive their final grades after exam. And for me, the most nerve-wracking moment of the semester is often the day I need to read my course evaluations for all students. So reading positive or appreciative comment is easy. It feels good, even joyful. But when we come across critical or negative feedback, it's much harder to read. It can feel uncomfortable, even painful, as if our sense of self-worth is being challenged. So, if my mind were deeply rooted in the reality of truth, if it were grounded in the Ilonsang, then I would receive the evaluations like this. Oh, of course, evaluation can include both positive and negative feedback. That's the nature of things. Everything is possible. Critical feedback is an opportunity, a guide for me to improve and refine my teaching. I can receive it with openness and use it to grow. But automatic, reactive part of my human mind, the conditioned mechanism immediately labels positive feedback as superior and negative feedback as inferior. So I tend to keep reading the good comments over and over. When I see critical feedback, I want to just skim it, explain away, there's some reason, and dismiss it, or sometimes not read it at all. As embarrassing as it is to admit, this is what I often find myself doing. And in those moments, I turn to scripture, sit in the Dharma hall, and remind myself, this capacity to embrace everything as it is, that is my true mind. And I ask my teacher for guidance, I seek support from my Dharma friends, And through meditation, I gradually return to my original flexible nature. So this is how my reactive mind begins to soften and shift into a more accepting, grounded state. But this process, this breaking down of the fixed patterns of our human conditioning is often so painful. To accept that I'm not as confident as I thought. To accept that I might be lacking in some way. To accept that I feel inferior is deeply painful. And it is also frightening. And yes, it can feel incredibly shameful. So the path of practice inevitably involves pain because it requires breaking free from the fixed patterns of our small ego-centered self. But when we stop fearing that pain, when we no longer avoid it and instead face it with courage, we come to a deep realization even that pain is ultimately empty, a projection created by my own mind. So, in that moment of insight, we begin to taste true freedom. So finally, the message I wish to leave with you is this. So every person we meet, every situation that arises in our life, they are all Buddhas appearing before us to awaken our mind. And when our mind becomes stirred, when we feel irritated, anxious, or angry, let us not turn away. Let us not miss that sacred moment. Instead, let us take it as an opportunity to look deeply within, to uncover the hidden roots of greed, hatred, and delusion that quietly dwell inside us. This right here is the practice. Without the people, situation, or even the ideology that push our emotional button, we would never be able to cultivate this mind. Because greed, anger, and ignorance are very clever and cunning. They hide themselves in the most subtle ways. So it takes the mirror of relationship and circumstance to reveal what's been hiding all along. So let us honor even the most difficult encounters as sacred invitation to awaken. There's a beautiful verse in one Buddhist hymn that goes, "Only by stirring the mind does the clear spring flow forth. When the greed, hatred, and delusion are removed, the true nature shines bright. When the four great vows are fulfilled, when is that? It is now, dear practitioner, it is now." So this teaches us something very important. We cannot simply imagine or intellectually understand our Buddha nature. We cannot meet it just by thinking or studying. We must reach it, touch the mud with our own hands, and clear it away. So we must face our own three poisonous mind within us. And only by acknowledging and embracing this poisonous mind can we awaken to the light of our true nature. And I believe this is a path to awakening, and the time to begin is now. So finally, in Won Buddhism, traditionally, and when we end our Dharma gathering, we usually sing the song of dedication. So now, as we close today's Dharma talk, I'd like to offer our heart through this closing song of dedication. Can I sing this song in Korean first and let you know the lyric later on? How about that? 저희들이 불사로 이룩한 모든 공덕 일체 널리 미쳐 우리들 모든 중생 한결같이 선도해서 극락을 수용하고 다 함께 무상불도 이루게 하옵소서 이루게 하옵소서. May all the merit we have cultivated through this Dharma practice and offering be dedicated far and wide, so that all sentient beings, ourselves included, may together be guided on the path of awakening, receive birth in the land of bliss, and ultimately attain the supreme enlightenment. May it be so. May it be so. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Reverend SunJung. May it be so. So please now open up your chant books to page 6, and Helen will guide us in reading the essential dharmas of daily practice.
The essential dharmas of daily practice. 1. The mind is originally free from disturbance, but disturbances arise in response to sensory conditions. Let us restore the equanimity of our true nature
by letting go of disturbances.
2. The mind is originally free from delusion, but delusions arise in response to sensory conditions. Let us restore the wisdom of our true nature by letting go of delusions. 3. The mind is originally free from wrongdoing, but wrongdoings arise in response to sensory conditions. Let us restore the precepts of our true nature by letting go of wrongdoings. 4. Let us replace disbelief, greed, laziness, and ignorance with belief, zeal, questioning, and dedication. 5. Let us turn resentment into gratitude. 6. Let us turn dependency into self-reliance. 7. Let us turn reluctance to learn into willingness to learn well. 8. Let us turn reluctance to teach into willingness to teach well. 9. Let us turn a lack of public spirit into eagerness to serve the good of all.
So now I want to actually call upon a practitioner who's here today. His name is Alan Fernandez. He's a longtime practitioner at the One Dharma Center, and he missed his Dharma naming ceremony some time ago, and then he moved to the West Coast. So since he's here visiting, we'd like to ask him to come up front to receive a small gift from Venerable Choksanim. Please.
His Dharma name is Ilshim, one mind, mind of oneness. It's becoming more fancier these days. 설명을 좀 해주세요. Il means one or oneness, yeah, or focus, yeah. One is the key, the path to realize the truth. It is the path, especially how we can realize the universal truth in our daily life. By restoring oneness, so we can understand how we can utilize our mind. So when we have our family name, surname, it has a kind of the physical DNA embodied in that name. The Dharma name, which is attached to our mind and heart, contains the truth. Okay, congratulations. Yeah. Thank you.
So I have one announcement to make. This is the one Buddhist temple, but we're also a retreat center. So just like the Art of Love meditation retreat that many people here have joined, we also have retreats year-long. So our next retreat is Labor Day weekend, and you can find information about that in the foyer or on our website. So let's close today by singing the morning prayer song together. Please open page 9. Dharma Kaya Buddha, fourfold grace, I begin a new day in your presence. Today, full of health and with peace of mind, may I walk along the path of the Buddha. Dharma Kaya Buddha, fourfold grace, I begin a new day with your grace. Today, gratefully and with gentle words, may I live in harmony with all those I meet. Dharma Kaya Buddha, fourfold grace, I begin a new day with compassion. Today, making the world a more loving place. May I do all that I can for one world. This concludes our Sunday Dharma service. Have a wonderful week. We will see you next Sunday. And for our local practitioners, we won't have tea today just because we have a retreat happening. So we will see you next week.